Alright family, this is the part 2 of my last video. I'm gonna make this one a little bit more quicker than the other 2 videos I put out. Those ones a little bit more longer. I was on my thing, I was on my shit, I was talking a little bit. So if y'all was able to get through all of that, I appreciate y'all watching it, because at the end of the day, even though it sometimes seems I may be talking a lot, maybe rambling at points, I'm giving y'all facts, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not coming from an emotional way. I'm just trying to let y'all know what's going on in the boxing world from a non-biased perspective, because there's not many of that, right? You either getting paid to do this shit, or you on YouTube trying to get clout and talk about how much you love your favorite fighter. You know what I'm saying? There's no in-betweens. I'm an in-between, man. I don't give a fuck about that shit, man. I'm all about non-biased, pure factual. What the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? Tell it like it is. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm right. It don't really matter, because most of my videos, topics, whatever you want to call it, they coming from sources. Okay. Also, real quick, I'm gonna touch on this when it comes to the YouTube. I want y'all to know, one, I really appreciate y'all supporting. If you are, please keep doing what y'all doing. Like the videos. Keep watching, whatever it may be. It means a lot. I want y'all to know too, man. We're gonna be coming with a lot. New ideas, you know what I'm saying, at least try them out and see what happens, because you know what I'm saying, we don't want to keep doing the same old shit, but at the same time doesn't mean we stopping the same old shit, because that's what built the YouTube. But at the same time, we want to try some new things out, so hopefully y'all rock with that. We'll see how that goes. And also when it comes to putting money into the channel, man, that's really gonna start happening slowly by slowly. You want to see everything improve. It's gonna be a grind, it's gonna be a time, but I promise you, man, you know what I'm saying, I want to make this thing do what it do, because, you know, I believe in this shit, you know what I'm saying, and I rock with y'all, you know what I'm saying. I want to get a different type of mind, a mind of people, or people with a different type of mind. That's a better way of saying it. I want to get people with a different type of mind when it comes to boxing shit, because most, me personally, when I'm looking for most boxing channels, or maybe I'm looking for just, you know, someone, a community, you know what I'm saying, I could really feel comfortable with and talk about shit. It seems like it always has to do with emotion, too much emotion. Like, this is my favorite fight, I can never see it. I'm from here, so I gotta support this person. I'm from here, I gotta support this person. I'm like, man, what about the facts though? What about the shit that's right in front of your face that makes the shit that you saying sound dumb? It don't matter, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying to build, you know what I'm saying? The people who look at it for what it is, and they also not offended when someone disagrees with you, and they're able to intellectually talk with you, have a disagreement, and come down to what's right. And even if you don't come down with what's right, you have a different perspective on what you was talking about, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, maybe you got some information that you didn't know about before, or you maybe didn't look at it in the light that the person you was talking about was looking at. That's what I want to support. So, you know, all the fuckery, I ain't dealing with that here, you know what I'm saying? And if I see any comments like that, I will delete them or anything like that, man. We on some different shit. So let's get back to the topic at hand. Fury accepted Joshua's offer to spar. So I ended the last video talking about Anthony Joshua saying he hopes Fury wins because he wants to, he believes that it'll be much more money in the UK. Me personally, I disagree with that, because I think Wilder being able to carry over that American fan base will end up generating a lot more money than Fury carrying over the fan base that he has. But I may be wrong, but that's what I believe. But Anthony Joshua, Eddie Hearn, his team, you know what I'm saying, they got much more to work with, so they probably have a much better idea of the numbers than I do. So if they say it, I'm gonna take their word for it, right? Within that statement, like I said before, he offered Fury help, and he said he would help spar with him. Now, this is coming from BoxingNews24.com. I don't like how the article is written, because it's obviously a known bias. It's crazy how motherfuckers be writing articles. This guy says, starting off the article, he says, showing signs of desperation, Tyson Fury has accepted Anthony Joshua's offer to help with sparring to prepare for his rematch. How is it signs of desperation? What does it have to do with desperation? You know what I'm saying? No desperation at all. I'm like, hey, if you can work with Anthony Joshua to help you prepare for Wilder, why not? Especially if you plan on fighting Joshua later down the line, you can get an idea of what he feels like in the ring. Why wouldn't you do that, right? That's what I talk about. Emotional. This guy's getting paid to do this bullshit, write some bullshit like that, and start the whole article on some biased shit, basically saying, if you don't think this way, don't read this article. That's how these shits are set up. So you gotta be careful with those type of things, man. You gotta be careful what you're reading. You gotta be careful with what you're picking out. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm always looking at sources, but I never go like, I'm not about to read the whole article. I look and I pick apart. Like, I've already read the article. I'm looking and I'm picking apart the parts. It's like, okay, that's not bias. He's not just, because some of these articles are written where they're just literally saying sentences that they feel like, and then you gotta read, you gotta go maybe to the middle, the body of the whole entire article, and then you find the actual source that it's coming from. That's what I usually like to lean on, where everything is being said, right? So like right here is an actual quote from Tyson Fury. Okay, he says, "I've just seen the video of Joshua on Sky Sports saying he'd love to come and help me in camp and that I fight him quicker than Wilder. That's for sure. When I beat Wilder, I will fight you, AJ, no problem." So who knows if they're actually going to help each other out. This may be all just be a publicity stunt, you know what I'm saying? It may all just be about marketability, just, keeping your names in the media. Or it may be real. Either way, what do you guys feel about this? What do you feel about Anthony Joshua saying he wants Fury to win against Wilder? Do you think Anthony Joshua's ducking? Like I said, I'm probably going to stop saying that term soon because I don't believe in that term. This is all financial moves. It has nothing to do with being scared of anybody. It's top level opponents, right? Top level competition, top level pros. But do you believe he's ducking Wilder, or do you actually believe that there's more money in the Fury versus Joshua fight than Joshua versus Wilder, right? And then also, how do you guys feel about Joshua offering a spar with Fury and Fury accepting? So this is the last quote. I'm gonna tell you guys what Fury said on that particular offer from Joshua. "I love to have you in camp, Mush. Really, really love to have you in camp. Work out for this fight. Give Deontay Wilder a proper beating. I'd love to. I hope you mean it because I'd love to have you in training camp with me. Thanks very much, by the way, and well done in your last fight. Congratulations and fair play." I somewhat do believe this because I was watching the interview that he did with Behind the Gloves, and he was very respectful of Anthony Joshua's performance against Ruiz. He didn't say anything disrespectful, which is unlike him. He didn't criticize him, which is unlike him. He didn't call him a dosser, which is unlike him. So this may be really happening, and I think it's a smart move because it's beneficial where it's going to help him for Wilder, and I think it's also beneficial where if he does fight him in the future, it'll give him an idea of how he moves in the ring. You can build off of that. So last little tidbit I want to give you guys in this video, Chavez Jr. versus Jacobs, given green light after judge's decision. So I made a video yesterday of Bob Arum talking pretty nasty about Eddie Hearn, specifically off of what's going on between the whole Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. drug testing, refusing to do a random drug testing. Like I said in the last video, I specifically stated, I said if there is not a some type of a stipulation in the contract that he had signed for this fight saying that there's random drug testing or he enrolled in VADA, whatever it may be, then he has every right to refuse that drug test, or at the very least he's going to have a case in court. Well, a judge ordered NAC to remove Chavez Jr.'s suspension. The Nevada judge got the Nevada Athletic Commission removed the temporary suspension for Chavez Jr. The Chavez Jr. vs. Jacobs fight is now on Friday and can be seen. By the way, it's my birthday, so happy early birthday to me. You know what I'm saying, your boy. Moving up there, man. I'm getting old. What was I talking about? Back to the point. So, this is good news. His suspension is uplifted. It's not a problem anymore. And the thing about this too is, he just took a lot of shit from Bob Arum about making this move, continuing on with the fight, promoting it, changing venues, and that means you have a lot of faith not only in what your fighter is saying, but you also have a lot of faith and maybe the team you have behind him to fight this case, or at least to appeal this decision, because it ended up working. So I want to know what you guys think about that. What do you guys? Okay, so according to ESPN MX, the Nevada judge ordered Nevada Commissioner Bob Burnett to remove the suspension to allow Chavez Jr. to fight Jacobs this Friday in their fight in Phoenix. Chavez's case will be reviewed and is still to be determined at a later date. So basically they got him to remove the temporary suspension. They pushed the case later so this fight can happen without really anybody being able to look at Eddie Hearn and say the things like Bob Arum said about him, because now the shit Bob Arum said ain't right, because he's saying about the whole license situation, and that's not right. But if he believed in the appeal that he put in, the team he had behind him to fight the case, kudos to Eddie Hearn. That shows why he's in the position he is, because he believes in himself, regardless of what people may say or what the usual procedure is, where most promoters wouldn't have done what Eddie Hearn did in this situation. I think this goes to show you once again, Eddie Hearn is the promoter of the year. I've been saying this. I may end up trying to do a live before the end of the year or something like that, or to talk about it, but it's similar to the Dylan White situation. The fact that he was somehow, even though he said he had nothing to do with it, I don't believe that. Somehow he was able to allow the fight to still happen, even though he was tested. He had that negative test before, even though there was a contaminated supplement. They ended up being found out. That's work, man. That's your team being behind you and making shit work. And he did the same thing for Chavez Jr., even though his case is still going to be reviewed later. There's still a possibility he may never be able to fight in Las Vegas again, but there's a big possibility that if Chavez Jr. shows worth in this fight, DAZN may just go ahead and take him on, and he's going to have a lot of UK fights. So, goddamn how the boxing world works. See, if you don't know how all this shit works, you look at shit from a different perspective, but it's all about money, and y'all got to remember that. It's about the gang, gang, gang. So yeah, let me know what y'all think about that. Keep supporting the page, man. Keep supporting. Keep watching, man. We appreciate everything y'all do, man. That's real. Like, subscribe. As always, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna come at you with whatever we can, man. Keep this shit popping. So stay up, y'all. The way you see me